been a tough couple days.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to read something here. And this is from Jack Stogler. And Jack put this on Facebook. And it's worth reading because you talk about just capturing less.
Yeah.
So I got to get through this without crying because as you get older, you get a little more emotional.
If you keep passing it around, we might get through it in the next hour.
Yeah, that's right. So this is Jack Stogler's tribute to Les Johnson. So hearing the passing of Les Johnson is such a sad thing. Yet I think about the life he lived and the lessons that he taught. As adults, there are times we sit back and think, oh, to look at life through the eyes of an innocent child again. I didn't know Les that well outside of basketball games, but watching him on any given Friday night, he lived his life in a manner that brought him and others joy. There are very few of us over the age of 30 who don't wish we could step out on the floor and grab a loose ball at halftime and see if we still have it. There are voices in each of us that screams to get out there in the line with all the young kids at halftime and see if we can double our money and make a 3-point shot. When the fight song plays or the 2 bits, 4 bits cheer starts, we hesitate and we look around to see if anybody else's involvement before we embrace it ourselves. From what I saw, Les Johnson never did that. He never hesitated. He never bothered to look around. He knew what he wanted and he did it. Teaching us lessons. He did it without a care in the world. There are people teaching us lessons every day, and Les Johnson did that to us on Friday night. Thanks for showing us how to be fans, Les. Fly high, go Indians. Now, what a perfect thing about to say
that
about.
That's exactly what.
You know?
Yeah. And every reply on that post was exactly great. That says it all. Jack can put that stuff into words like nobody's business.
He is good.
He has an art.
He does.
But Les Johnson had an art.
Yes.
Les Johnson had an art of making people smile.
Oh, yeah.
He brought joy to so many fans, not only us.
Yes.
You had an unbelievable thought the other day. How many people fed him balls?
Oh, yeah. I started
think about that.
Thousands.
Yeah.
Think about the kids. Think about every manager that was ever managed had to give him 100 balls.
Yeah.
I mean, and that was his job.
That's just full recovery.
Yeah.
And you go to other places, they throw them to him.
I have some videos, and I was laying there last night going through it, and I have some other Les Johnson videos. I got one at Lincoln View. It has to be the loudest roar I've ever heard. He shoots one at the right before the like 3 minutes they buzz the horn, and it goes in, and it's right at the horn, and the eruption of the kids, and you can see the their student body says,
and it's their student body, not our student
absolutely,
body.
Cheering him on,
and they were like, and he comes over and right at the buzzer, and I got it all in videotape, and it's so awesome, and I'll put that on there. To Doug and Cindy and Beck. And the Johnson family.
And the rest of the Eichenauers. Just oh man.
Yeah, but it's really the great thing about Facebook. The great thing about Facebook is when times like this happen, to read some of the things. Donnie Werkamp's comments.
Awesome.
I freaking laughed.
Awesome. I miss those. That's probably Twitter, and I don't do Twitter.
No, it was on Facebook. He said, I'm going to miss my old buddy whenever I had a game.
Yep.
I would call Les, and he would be ready to go.
Anytime.
And how far is it? It was 1, 2, 3, or 4 beers. That's how he based it.
That's how far we were driving.
How far we had to go. It was a long
3-beer trip tonight.
Yeah, it was 3 beer, 4 beer, 1 beer, 2 beer, and what a guy. And me and Fee was, we went out there and when we first heard that Les had pancreatic cancer.
Yeah.
We went out and visited him, and he was like, he was great.
He's just awesome. I mean,
and I remember, we're sitting there, and Les is sitting in his chair, and you and back here sitting in the kitchen, and she said, I just want him to get through, one more basketball season. If we could just get him, and he did, man. He did great.
And he looked so good.
Yeah.
And he was Les. If you didn't know he had a problem,
Didn't know.
You
Didn't know.
would not have realized
Yeah.
it because he was less 100%.
Yeah.
Back, she came in and had her car service once, during this, and it was probably right after he'd had a chemo, and then he pretty much said, "I'm done. I don't want to do that no more." And she kind of told the doctor, "Well, you really don't want to do that." And the doctor said, "You know what? Let him go.
Yeah.
If it gets bad, we'll do something." And I think he just lived with it, and he loved going to them basketball games. I think that was his medicine.
Yeah.
If he had a tough day, I'm sure he got the basketball game.
He
Everything
probably
was
lived
right.
30 more years if we had a basketball game every night.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
I mean, because cancer is awful, and almost any disease is awful. But if you have a positive attitude and you're happy, that they have found that extends your life.
Yep.
Yeah.
It
that's
actually literally extends your life.
We went to when Les after he was diagnosed, he had some health issues. He had an infection.
Yeah, he had some
and he was
bad
in a
luck.
nursing home.
Yeah.
And we went over and visited him, and he had a bunch of get well cards.
Yeah.
And he had them babies lined up on his wall, and they wrapped around his room.
It
and
was
he
cool.
he had them things so organized, and and he knew where each of them, and then he had a cover. He had like his, I want to say it's like a sock drawer or something. He had others, it was just unbelievable the stuff that guy, and it was an easy guy to just absolutely.
The day we went out there, I remember I don't know what we did. We were doing something. We were going to go out there, and we got held up doing something, and then you called me and said, "Becky just called. Les is going crazy. We don't get out there right away." And I'm sure that was his schedule. He had it in his head that he knew we were coming.
Yeah.
And then
Where are they? Where are they?
And he was standing right by the door when we got there too. Just neat, awesome.
Yeah, that was one of those deals where you always, dang, I don't want to go out there.
Yeah, I know. We were like, dreading it. And then after we did it, it was like great.
Oh,
Absolutely
yeah,
great.
absolutely.
Well, he's one of those people that can lift you up.
Yeah,
I couldn't make myself go out there.
yeah.
Bubba brought a bunch of lottery tickets.
But I think
He was
if I
scratching
had,
lottery tickets.
if I had gone out there, I'd have felt a whole lot better.
Yeah.
But I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah. But yeah, we, we here at Fort Recovery Radio, just want to send our condolences to the family. And like you said, the Eichenhauers, the Donnie Workhamps, the people but Beck had a thing on Facebook. It said, she's with Portsy now, and she had a picture of. It had to be the early '70s.
Awesome picture,
It was in the gym, but the old bleachers were in there.
Yeah,
I would guess it was 1980, something like that.
Yeah.
And Les and Portsy are sitting there, and Portsy's like, they're into that conversation.
They were intense about it.
and you can bet that.
Oh man, that has to be really good. And then I saw one also today. I had no time, but somehow this popped up. Beck Rammel, Stacy said, "My mom always sat right by him."
Yeah,
and so there's Rick and Mom and Les all
be watching the game.
side by side, just going crazy, and. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, you threw out that video, too. That was a great night. The night we did the 1,000-point thing. That was just so cool.
I texted Justin Ferks after I heard that Les passed away. And I said, I will never forget what Ferksy did there.
Yeah.
I mean, it was our idea.
Yeah.
But Ferksy took the ball and he ran with it. He got the trophy. He got the girls to take the picture.
Yeah.
And
that's awesome.
Yeah. It was just the whole thing. The Fort Recovery people loved Les Johnson.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They absolutely loved him.
And I didn't notice it until the last 3 or 4 years, and I don't know if it happened before that. But what I noticed the last 3 or 4 years, that all these other schools and especially their student sections, just thought it was just awesome.
Well, the biggest thing I think is because he could shoot.
Yeah.
He'd get down there in them corners and make 9, 10 straight threes in a row. People were like,
I remember,
this is unbelievable.
I remember you guys were kind of tied up with something else one night about 3 or 4, 5, 6 years ago. And I walked over to the scorer's table and I said, he just made 13 out of 15.
Yeah.
But there'd also be nights when he'd go 0 for 7.
Yeah.
And then he'd make a couple. And he'd make
the
every
night
one.
for the 1,000th point.
Oh, yeah.
It took him forever to knock that in.
We were like,
Yeah.
it's going to take 20 minutes to make.
Come on, Les.
Nervous.
Come on.
No,
Yeah.
No, actually, he was just hogging the spotlight.
Yeah, he might have been a little bit.
Yeah.
He was. And we did have a. Was it a sports talk? I don't think it was Insight.
Yeah.
Sports talk
He came
for
in.
45 minutes. That was. I'm not sure what the date was. I was going to look that up and didn't.
Becky brought him in.
You can go back in our archives and listen to that. And
I forgot about that.
These guys ask him questions and he just answers them.
Yep.
Why do you keep score? Because I feel like it. I don't remember. I don't remember what the answer was, but it's just awesome. He was just one of a kind. We have Neffy. We have Ricky. We have Les. Some of our craziest fans.
We do have some.
I'll be there someday.
Great fans.
And
What'd you just say?
Nothing.
I thought you said I'll be there someday.
I don't think I said that at all. But they're all there, and our fans know, and our players know that they are, especially basketball, they are just on our side and rooting for them 100%. And there's nothing you can do to stop those great fans that we've had over the years that, tragically have died too young. Every one of those people is younger than I am.
Yeah.
And it's just
too bad.
They should still be here for another 10, 20, 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Less probably 40 more years.
That's right. I got this text from Donnie Wendell. Donnie Workham. Donnie says, and we're gonna knock this thing off. Donnie says the thing about Les is he never ever got out of the vehicle without saying thanks for the ride and thanks for the beers. Yeah. And Les, we thank you for teaching us life.
Damn right.
We'll be back with Sports Talk next week.
Majesties.